Hey guys, it's Coach Yana. Hold on, let me press play because this is going to turn into an article as well. I like to do two things at once. But anyway, hey guys, it's Coach Yana, and today I'm going to be telling you how I am able to naturally pull shy students out of their shell so that way they can thrive in real life. So the easiest example of this is the work that I do in my Dress to Impress Roblox gaming clubs. So the first thing is literally just creating a safe environment for these young people. When I say safe, I don't only mean actually safe because I'm monitoring them, we're supervising them, and they're playing the games in my private server, which means it is a server that I own on Roblox. So it's basically like our very own room where it's only myself and my students. So beyond the traditional version and meaning of safety, I am actually creating spaces where children get to be themselves. I don't tolerate bullying. I don't tolerate ganging up on. And so children, especially those who are neurodivergent or shy, they oftentimes face judgment. Young people can be harsh and cruel, but they don't have to be. And in my environments, I create consciously and aware, like I put a real emphasis and awareness on creating a space where all children can actually be safe beyond, oh, I'm physically safe. That's very important, but mentally safe, socially safe also matters. So again, I don't condone and I don't tolerate any form of bullying, any form of ganging up on. I'm not about that. And especially with children that are shy, you can't overly judge them or be overly critical or overly harsh, because then they don't feel like they're comfortable enough to come out of their shell. Now, what I don't do also is overly police my students either. I'm not going to tell them, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Typically, I rarely have to discipline them because the environment that we create, and because, again, we're playing the game. They love playing Dress to Impress, so I don't have to police them. But on occasion, if they get a little too froggy and feel like leaping, I will have to interject and say, hey, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're going to do. So the first thing is creating a safe environment where all children feel seen, safe, and heard. What that also looks like is calling the shy students out by name. I call every student out by name anyway, just because naturally people like to hear their name. And the students that are not as shy, I will ask them. I don't have any young people named Sarah, so I always use that name. I'll be like, Sarah E. We'll just go with that. Sarah E, do you have something to say? Or Sarah B, do you have something to say? And I will ask the individual children that are shyer, that would normally like fall to the backside. I actually ask those children questions, and it kind of like forces them in a gentle stretch way. I'm writing a book right now, and it's talking about the framework of the gentle stretch. The book is titled What Happens When You're Not There. But the point of it is, I'm not trying to like push these children into being something they're not. We are gently stretching them into feeling comfortable with who they are. So I have one girl who started out in my summer camp. I had a 2-week summer camp, and she started out there, and now she's in my regular gaming clubs, and her personality went from not being on camera at all to now she's like in charge. And sometimes I have to tell her like, all right, we're not going to do your idea this time. We're going to listen to someone else, because sometimes children just need the opportunity. They need to know, like, I want you to be included. This is not we're the in crowd and you're on the outside. Now, the students that have known me longer, sure, we have more inside jokes. Sure, we have more things in common. I know more about them, obviously, because I've had them longer. But I go out of my way to make sure that new students and shy students feel just as comfortable as the students that I've had for a long period of time. When the when I say older, the students that I've had longer, when they join, I make sure to say, hey, such and such, did you notice we have a new student today? Please meet such and such. Such and such, please meet older student. So it just creates that bond. And I go out of my way to include these shy students, because just because they're shy doesn't mean they don't have something to say. And I've noticed that little by little, whether they're neurodivergent, neurotypical, shy, or what have you, they will start to just naturally come out of their shell. Like when we're playing Dress to Impress in free play mode, I will always ask the students, when we play the regular mode too, but it's just easier in free play mode, and I'll ask them, oh, do you want to tell us anything about your outfit? And sometimes the shyer students will start out with no, or just to be funny, the other students will say no, just because they think it's funny. Then little by little they'll start to talk about, oh well, actually I created this outfit because X, Y, and Z, or I want this outfit to represent this. So naturally they just start to come out of their shell, and I don't have to force them to. They just want to come out of their shell. They just want to share what their thoughts are and things. And for less than a meal per week, because it's $20 a week, that's a huge accomplishment. And you don't have to believe me, you can check my reviews. Like, I have 51 5-star reviews from families, and I don't even typically ask for reviews. They just give them on their own. The last thing that I would say when it comes to shy children, so I said that I include them, I let them be shy as well. I don't force them out of their shell, but they naturally just start talking because they feel safe. And then the last thing that I would say is I intentionally, let me see how I can phrase this. I'm fun. Like, that's just what it is. I'm fun. I'm engaged. I purposefully, like when I have gaming club, I'm not doing anything other than playing the game with them. I'm fully engaged. I'm fully immersed in the game as well. I am getting my outfits together as well. Sometimes I'm the judge. Sometimes I'm being judged, okay? And my kids, they will let me know how they really feel. I allow them to, like, even though I don't condone bullying, and I never will, sometimes there are disagreements, and I let the children work through it, because they have to know, like, I don't have to save you because you're not in danger. You guys are just having a disagreement, and it allows both children to come to an agreement on their own. There are a lot of times where I just kind of let them say what they want to say, the shy ones as well, and they will voice their opinions. They will say, well, no, I want to play this way. And eventually they'll come to an agreement, and then boom, we'll play. But I allow them to be children, and I'm fully tuned in, turned on, and tapped into, as Abraham Hicks would say, into my own inner child. So I am actually playing the game with them, so it's so much fun. So I don't have to go out of my way to build relationships, because it's a natural progression. They see how much fun I am having in the game, so I don't have to force myself to be something I'm not, because I am a big kid. Like, people say I have Peter Pan syndrome. I think I do too, and I'm happy about it because I work with children. And so the shy children are so excited to see me so excited that they get so excited. It's like energy is infectious. They say ideas are infectious. So when I am super into the game as well, they just naturally get into it. All the kids are into it. We are actually playing this game. Like, I'm not just sitting there setting up the server and moving along. I am in it with them. They're teaching me things. They're showing me things. And then I already said this in a previous video, but a big bonus, I guess you could say, because that was 3. A big thing is letting the children teach you things, letting them show you how to do things, letting them get the experience to be the leader. When they have natural time to be the leader, they have natural time to show you what they're made of and give you an example of what they like to do. They will naturally just fall into the position of authority on their own, and you don't really have to do anything. So it's a really great experience. I love working with these children. It's the best part of my day, to be honest. And I had a shy girl recently just create me. Like, she wanted to show me this outfit so bad, and we ran out of time. And then she showed me it again. She showed me the outfit finally the next time period. And it was me. And I was like, oh my gosh, is that me? She's like, yes. I was like, is that what you wanted to show me last week? She's like, yes. And so it just shows the impact, because I've had multiple students create me in the game, because at their own time, just to show me, or they'll create their own outfits when it's like at the end of club. I'll always say, okay, if anyone has a saved outfit, now is your time to show it. And so they get so excited. So oftentimes they will make outfits outside of club just to show us in club. So again, helping these shy children get out of their shell is literally just being where they are, giving them a safe, fun space to be their natural self. And then of course sprinkling in my Coach Yana magic here and there, in terms of, wow, that's so amazing, pulling them out of their shell gently, gracefully, calling them by name, and inviting them to be part of the conversation. And if they want to be an onlooker, like I have one student, I've had her in club for over a year now, and she speaks every so often. When I call her by name, she speaks and then she mutes immediately. But I don't take offense to it. That's just her personality. But at the same time, like she has a 3D printer, so I'll always ask her like every week, did you do something new on your 3D printer? If she did, she'll show us. If not, she'll just say no and keep moving. But like, I'm not forcing her to be anything other than who she is, but I am going out of my way to invite her. And that's the biggest key piece, I believe, for the shyer children, is inviting them to the conversation, letting them know that I do want to hear what they have to say. I love hearing what they have to say. I love hearing their thoughts. And some of them come out of that and end up being the most talkative student in the room. And some of them are still shy, and that's okay. You don't have to be. The thing that a lot of parents get conflated and a lot of people is, being an extrovert does not mean you're confident, and being shy and reserved does not mean that you're insecure. It's about figuring out what the natural personality type of that child is, and then helping them towards confidence, whatever that looks like to them. Even I do that with my older students, but this is not about the teenagers. This is about the little ones. All right, my name is Coach Yana, and these were, I think we did 4 ways. It was like 3, but a bonus, but 4 ways that I help shy children build confidence through Roblox. All right, well, dress to impress specifically. All right, as usual, my name is Coach Yana, and I approve this message.